Good afternoon everyone, it's Rachel here and I'm a little bit late today because I was putting the kits together this morning after Steph's hard work and on printing. It took me a long time to print everything. So I am starting up my Medieval Mirage Monday. Mitzi's been continuing on with it. Mitzi, just a minute. Let me open up YouTube on my computer, and I will tell you Mitzi's. I'll link her in the description box. That might be better. And she's been continuing Medieval Mirage Mondays, and so we are going to join her and bring them back on my channel. And I'm going to use Feast of Flowers, I think it's called, volume 1 it is. So I've started cutting out. I forgot to put the switch on the print without a border command, but let's just quickly go through the papers and then we'll have a look at where I'm going to put them, sort of thing. So I'm just, I think I'll sort out that first before we delve into the ephemera. So these are the journal pages. There are a couple, aren't they gorgeous? There are a couple of journal pages in also the add-on kit. They're really gorgeous. It's really funny because when I so what I do to print on both sides is it comes out of my printer. My printer pulls the paper up like this, and they sit in my tray like that with the top on the right hand side. So what I do, now that side would be blank, so I put it back in the tray like that, and then it pulls it again, and then it's the right side up on the other side. So I just have to pay attention how it comes out of my printer, and then I can print double. I'm not showing you both sides because this is the kit. It's huge. It's a really big kit. So I did print some of the Jarf's papers on the reverse side. So I just want to quickly show you it. And I printed everything. Sometimes I don't print everything because I don't need everything. But I did print everything in this case. Isn't that just, that's just divine. Jarf, you've outdone yourself. Isn't that beautiful? There. I'll just tap you to make sure you're in focus. That one. There was one that I printed this similar color on the other side, which was funny because that one, look, I got the same, but I randomly put them back into the printer, so I thought that was interesting that happened. These are just, I love all these sorts of things. And then this one is that way, and that's, so I tried to choose some of the plainer papers for the reverse side. I don't think I repeated any of these. And then there weren't enough of the plainer papers, so then I did print some of my own plain papers on the back. So a couple of the embroidery ones. Look, I mean, look how many pages there are. There's so many pages. That's one of the document ones. I just felt like they went well with this. Isn't that beautiful with this kit? And obviously I can't fit all of these pages in one journal, so I think I'll make a few journals. I probably won't work on them all on camera, simply because they do take a long time. So just the plain papers, that's what Jarf's paper. I did print that on 4, but as I said, I might make multiple journals, so I will just separate those out. With the birds, just love it. So I printed that on 4 of them. So I'll just sort those. It doesn't matter. It's just a plain paper. And I print, that's the bird and that one. Oh, because I felt like you could do some writing on that one. This here. And then, love these flowers. I'll just quickly go through them so you can see the kits. Because that's my job. That's what a design team project is. You show the kits. So it is a design team project for Jarf, but I will probably, where I need to, I will include, you know, something. If I need something from one of my kits, I will have no problem in doing that, as long as the majority of it is Jarf's kits. there, because sometimes things enhance another person's kits. So that's the journal pages. Normally I would maybe just print some out with nothing on the back and use them in collaging, but they were also pretty, and I didn't really feel like that I would want to rip them up. So they're all going to be journal pages. So as you can see, but also flip outs, but you can see I can get multiple journal pages out of that. And then this is the add-on kit. She always has an add-on kit with the journal pages. I think a couple of those pages were in this kit as well, but I can't remember which ones. So then of course you've got the wonderful Jarf bits and pieces to play with, gorgeous tags, window pockety sort of things. Oh my goodness, I always have to figure out how to use those. Oh, and look at these postcards, aren't they pretty? I love those. And stamps. This is a wraparound pocket. I haven't seen, I mean, I don't have all of Jarf's kits, so I don't know, but I hadn't seen that one before, but I love that. I love a wraparound, as you know. These are like file foldery sort of tappy sort of things, so we can have a play with those. A few different ones, so you get to do different things. Some plain papers and stamps. These are wraparound pockets, smaller ones and big ones. Or you could cut it down there and just have them separately, is what I'm thinking. Now here I need to figure this out. But very pretty. Little journal cards. I mean, look at that. I mean, so Jarf's kits are, as I always say, they're a little bit more exy than maybe someone else's kits, but there is so much in them. You get so much bang for your buck. There is a lot in here. A lot of stuff. You couldn't even use it all in a month of Sundays, honestly. I always have so much left over. Just good. That's an envelope. I might print on the other side of that one. Yeah, I think I prefer that, or I could line it. I'll decide. Depends what I want it to do. There's some tags. These look like side tucks, or you could cut that off and they could be tags, but we've already got those. And then that's like a file foldery thing, so I might have a play around with what I want to do with that. These are pockets, super cute, big pockets. Trifoldy thing there, and these look like pockets where they've got the beige, but of course you can trim that off and do what you want. Now these, this is like kind of like a page, so you could use it as a page. However, you can also use these and make them belly bands and things. You can actually use those as well if you want to. These are tags, obviously, another file foldery sort of thing. Journal cards, just gorgeous. Love these. Now Jarf, I hadn't seen those before. They are gorgeous. And window pocket, love those. And then of course you could pull anything out, and more window pockets, anything out from Jarf's previous kits, and I'm sure they would work. Oh, more beautiful postcards. I hadn't noticed those. I just printed it all. Gorgeous. Window pocket, obviously, thanks Jarf. You've put the arrow there for the top, yes. And oh, and these go in the window pockets, and they've got the little tab at the top. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, and look at those. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. More envelopes. Gorgeous envelopes. Now I might have to put these in I might have to grab a box and have this ongoing project in a box not too far away. So that's that. Just gorgeous. And so now what I've done, whew, that was tiring. Now I've got these books. I'm going to decide between, I've got this book, it's super deep. So that one would have more pages, and I think I will use this one. It will have more pages. It'll probably be a little bit more expensive than my normal ones, just because there'll be more work in this one. And it will take more materials. So I'm thinking I like this one. It has a beautiful spine that I won't cover, but I'll do something on a little something on the cover. I don't know if you can see the embossing there. They're little flowers. It's in fairly good condition, so I really do like that one. So that's one. And then I've got some really grungy ones here. And I was thinking I might like to do a grunge reel one. This one, I think. This was the first. I think this was a 1700s deal. No, maybe not. No, it looks more like an 1800s deal. Dictionary. A veterinarian. dictionary it was. So I think I might use that one. And I'll probably, you know, do quite a bit of covering on that spine. I'm wondering if I could even do a third one. Maybe I'll use this. I quite like this, and this could have a lovely fabric on it. So maybe that one and not that one. We'll put that one aside. So we'll do 3. I don't know how long they'll take me to do. Any person on my list, regardless of where you are on my list, you may ask for these journals if you want to. Just be warned, I haven't decided how much they'll be. I decide that when I see how much work goes into them. Usually Jarf journals, they do take me longer because there's a lot of things to play with and do. I'm just going to put that aside. So we're going to start repairing these. Let me just give that a little shake. We're going to start repairing these now. Do you think I know where my tape is? So I'm going to start off with some tape. I'm not going to take that off. I'm going to use it. I mean, it's going to be covered. I'm going to keep that there. Why would I bother taking that off? It's still attached. Just you can see right through the sides because it's hanging on by a thread really. But I'm just going to glue this on so it holds it. I mean, this is not like overly sticky. This is packing tape. It's not overly sticky or anything like that. It's not like super hold or anything. I just got it on Amazon. I wanted the one, Robin Marie Smith. She made a journal. She had this packing tape that you can get in the States. I don't know if you can get it in the UK and Australia. I certainly didn't find it here. I searched for it. I may not know the words in Italian that I'm supposed to type into Amazon to find such a thing, but she had one that you wet, and it's really strong. Like, literally it was sticking to her fingers and she couldn't get it off. And it was like a free tutorial thing that she had. I can't remember if it was on her YouTube or no, I think it might have been on her website. And she had made a journal using taping everything together with this amazing tape that she wet. It was a brown packing tape. But anyway, I put this on here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to get fabric over there. And I'm also going to put, do I need to? Because I am going to cover that with fabric. Because of course this is all not attached, so there's no point in trying to hold on to that. But I think I will put maybe just a little bit on there, just to make sure that it's all taped, and then it's going to be covered with fabric, but I haven't decided what yet. So I don't know. We'll look at that in a minute, but we'll just repair these. It's actually really fun repairing books. I used to be really afraid of it, but it's actually really fun. Just give it a go, guys. It's really fun. I mean, what's the worst thing can happen? You chop the spine off and put another one on. I mean, these are in pretty poor state, these books. So I don't think I could. Well, it's debatable. I could make them worse than what they are now. I always find this really fun. And then and I love choosing the pages and doing that. And then I have to stitch them in. And I don't love stitching the pages in. I will say that. I don't love it, but I do it. It's not my favourite bit. Okay. If you're looking for inspo with journal covers, someone who hi Wendy, I'm about to talk about you in a good way. See, it's all back together now. It's perfect. It is fantastic. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. Wendy does beautiful journal covers. I always love your journal covers, Wendy. And yeah, there's other people I love their journal covers too, but Wendy uses a lot of books like I do, you know, like antiquarian books. And so I do always appreciate seeing how Wendy's done her covers. So if you look, you know, some people have written to me and said, oh, they're always baffled as to, you know, like they can't seem to, you know, they struggle with covers. So I used to actually sometimes, probably not so much with this kit. I don't think there was too much there that would inspire me to do that. But in some of Jarf's other kits, she's had some amazing images and in the journal papers, and I printed them smaller, and I printed them on like a cardstock, and then I sprayed it with a fixative so that it wouldn't, because you know I've got an inkjet printer, and then I would use that on the cover. But I do love these books, so I don't necessarily want to. I'm just clipping that down because it's not sticking. So we'll just move on to the next one. So this one, I mean, it's in really great condition. I've just got to be careful to remind myself that there's a page here. And I'm going to trim off that excess if I can find my scissors. So yes, what was I saying? Oh yes, if anyone from my list wants these, it's going to be first in, first served. I do have one journal ready. I need to send the photographs to the next ladies on my list. Actually, Jessica, you're next on my list. But the one I've got, Jessica doesn't like people. Is that right, Jessica? I think I remember. And I've got a Renaissance portrait in the journal. It's a botanical Italian style journal, the one that I finished. And Jessica doesn't like those things. So I was thinking you might prefer one of these, but you might wait a while because I don't know how quickly I'll get them finished, is all. A while, but at least you know it's in the works. Because once this other one goes, then these are the next ones in the works. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten someone else. No, I think it was you, Jessica, that you were next. So I have been quietly making journals and gotten through and sent them off to new homes. And then, of course, I've got the document journals, but they're already spoken for. Okay, so I put that there. That's just going to reinforce it. It's actually, as I said, in really good condition, so I don't need to do too much. Really nice book, that one. I think I've had these before. Okay, it's probably not stuck down yet, but let's see. Oh, yes, it is. It's not too bad. And I'm going to put my tape, because this one definitely needs help. Let's clean this up. You got to snip these bits off because they'll just lift whatever you glue down, sort of thing. They kind of get in the way. Oh, it's coming up. I'll hold it down. Just want to tidy this up a little bit. It's a bit of a messy job, especially with these old grimy books. I think I was talking about Wendy's beautiful covers. Yes, she's a great source of inspiration. There are others like Ruby and Pearl. She does lovely covers, but she doesn't do the antiquarian books. She does, she makes her covers, if I'm not wrong. I think she makes her covers, so it's a bit different if you're using altering books. And of course, Gail does a lot of altered books. I'm just trying to think. I'm having a blank, which is terrible. So I do apologize to anyone who I haven't thought of that I've forgotten. Carol, you make a lot of journals covers from scratch. But I know that you've got some covers to use, so I'll be interested to see what you do with them. Just who else? Ladies, who else does antiquarian book covers? I mean, Wendy's the one who is the most prolific. Wendy, you are the most prolific journal maker as well, honestly. I'm always like, I feel ashamed. Every few weeks there's Wendy has a few more done, and I just feel ashamed. I should be like that, but I'm not. I'm a slow-mo. I just procrastinate. I spend a lot of time procrastinating, guys. Let's be honest. I do. Today I did a lot of computer work. I had to do computer work. I did all morning computer work is what I did. So, and then of course the troops came home, did lunch, cleaned, then the husband made me go for a walk because, I got to walk off the belly. Although, I did have a bit of a cushion when I fell hard on the floor, like a ton of bricks. I was cushioned. So there's something to be said about having a little bit of cushioning, isn't there? Okay, so that is that. Now, this is the part where I slow down a bit because I need to think about what do I want to do here. And I'm not sure what fabrics I have nearby. I'm just thinking, what do I have now? Something pretty. Just let me hop up a second, please forgive me, because it's a bit of an improvised video. I have these. I had just a minute. I'll be back. I had made a pillow, right? And it doesn't go without. It was very pretty. It was very, and I ripped it up. Look at this. It's a ripped piece of fabric. Put that over there. That can be quite useful. I wouldn't use that bit. See, look, it was a really pretty pillow. Home, but I've got these bits of beautiful embroideries here. So I'm wondering if one of these might enjoy. Oh, that's even a little bit straight, which is oh, isn't that pretty? But I don't know whether it goes so much with, well, this book I'm covering and the other one I'm covering. It is pretty, and I could put some, I think I'm going to, because it is the Floral Feast. We're doing the Floral Feast. That's what we're doing. And then I think it's going to be really nice on this one. And they've all got nice deep spines, so plenty of pages. I'm thinking this one as well. I've got two, you see. Okay. So I can't tear. I'll have to use, I've got another one here. Oh, I don't know. Is that one as wide? It's a bit narrower, so I need to be careful of that. So this one can go on this one. And that one I can tear at about half. But I am going to add a little something. I'm going to rip it. It's the only way I can get something semi-straight if I rip. Look at that. I mean, that's as crooked as can be. Right, let me just see if I can make that a little. I don't want to lose too much. I just want to make it less jagged, because that's going to be at the back. That's slightly better. So that's going to glue on that one, but I'm not gluing it yet because I need to do more. And then I kind of like the flowers coming over onto the side here, so I'm going to put a snip. This one needs to be a bit longer here. It doesn't necessarily tear. Oh yes, it did. I was going to say it doesn't tear through the stitching. See, I even had batting in the pillows. There's no point in having them packaged up in a drawer. I made them years ago, and I thought, well, those fabrics are really pretty and they might suit my purposes. So that, I could even tuck that under. That's where the seam was. And that one's going to have the flower more. Yes, that's going to work. Really pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so, well, there you go. I always worry, like I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to put on the spine? Because that's the hardest bit, figuring that out. I'll have to use these flowers. Aren't they beautiful? They're all faded and lovely. So I need to then put something else on there. So just hold our horses 1 second. Oh yes, I am liking this. So I'm going to put that there, like so. But I'm not gluing it down yet because I might want to stitch something on. Let's just start grabbing a few little lacy bits. I used this one yesterday. I don't want to really cover that up, do I? So let me just see what else I've got. I've got lace in bags here that I've never put away. I really need to get cracking and put it away. Oh, I like that one. I could put, no, I want to cover that a little bit. But this one I like more because it's got bigger holes. But I don't know if I want that. I don't want it all the way around on the spine. Just one piece like this. I think I'll do the other one the same. It'll solve my issues, won't it? That one, well, that's going to go there. I'm just going to pin that, and I will hand stitch that on. Oh, I've got to get my pins, just a sec. That's what happens when you tidy up. You don't have stuff flying around. Put that one there. And that one. I don't want to rush them because I want them to be pretty. Can you hear my daughter? She's designing something for architecture. So she's asking her dad's opinion. I'm not opposed. Oh, I'm not opposed to a little piece of old mattress ticking in blue, of course, of course. Just put that little stitchy touch onto it. So that will go there. I'll have to straighten it. Okay, and that's going to be on that spine. And then on this one, I just want to see the positioning. I could clip it and it would hold firm a little bit better. I'll clip that up there. That's about where I want it. Like so. I'll clip it down there as well. So it stops wiggling about. Because obviously if I want to stitch stuff on, I can't glue it down first. And it's going to just go around a little bit on that side. But I might have like a ticking or something just coming over there to put a little bit of interest on the back. And I want that to just come over. So yes, I only really need one. When I say one, I need one scallop because I'm going to add something onto that spine as well. I love this kind of lace. Very hard to come by. I don't see it very often. So when I do, I get it. I want to slide it down a little bit. We can have this one hanging down. So I'm going to pin that there. And I finished that piece of ticking that I had there. I don't think I want this one. No, I might. That is an idea. I might have that as a tie or something. I have a ticking drawer. This is a lovely old ticking. I might use a piece of this. I do periodically rip pieces off this one. So I just tear off a strip and just keep it here near me because I like to use, I pull pieces off these all the time and add them to things. So they're going to be similar but different. So that's going to go there. Or was I going to, do I need a longer bit? I could put it there and then I wanted it to just, yeah. I can actually put it there and I just want it to come around the corner. I wanted it to be longer actually. Let me just get a bigger piece. Excuse me. I wouldn't be happy if I settled for what I, you know, for the wrong piece. So I'm going to take a strip off this way as well. Oh. That's what happens when your dad's an architect. Because she goes and asks her dad, and then her dad's like, oh, and then she has to change everything. And it annoys her. Oh dear. I'm going to put that, and that's going to come, yeah, see, I like it longer. So I want that to overhang. I don't want it to, I want it to go like that. Yes, okay. I want. Okay. So that's that. And those are thought about. And that will probably be it on the covers. And I love that one. Love it. And now let's look. This one's going to be harder because I love the spine. I don't want to cover all the spine, but I could cover some of the spine. So that brings me to, where did I put those flowers now? The leftover ones. They were just here. Oh, yes, they were. What did I do with them? I'm like a lunatic losing things. I just lose things. I just had them all in my hand, didn't I, guys? Where did I put them? Tell me where I put them, please. So that's there. That's those. They're not over here, no. They're not there. It's a mystery. Did I get up? I did not. Oh, there they are. I threw them over there. Okay. Hopping up, hopping up, hopping up, hopping up and seeing. Now, we need to get some lace. I really do need to pull these bags out and see what's in here, honestly. Oh, I love this type. I love this type. It has such a nice feel to it. It really has a nice feel to it. I really like it. It's probably not that old, but I just like it. It's a bit square though. I would prefer it to be round. But I'm wondering if I were to cut the flower out and oh, yeah, we need to cut the flower out. Do we want that flower? Is there another flower? Do we have another type? Did I leave one? Did I leave one? I did. I left two different. These are different. So we could have something like that. No, I think I like the yellow one. Let's cut. I'm going to cut round this. Cut round this one. I don't know why. I'm going to cut it. I think I'm going to cut those bits off because I don't want the spindly bits. It's going to be glued, so I'm not worried about fraying. This is why we collect pretty appliques, vintage appliques and embroideries, damaged tablecloths that possibly you wouldn't use. Don't use them anymore. But I tell you what, the handiwork on them is beautiful. I'm gonna snip off. I'm doing a lot of gunners. I'm snipping off these bits because they will just simply get in my way. I won't snip that one off. I'll come back and make it better. I'm just going to take off the bulk because it just makes life easier if you take the bulk off. I may not like it. That's why I have to cut it out before I decide. But I would use this for something else, so I'm not worried about that. Like I can stitch this onto something if I decide not to glue it on to the cover. You know, if you have like a little collection of these things, if you're, I mean, I don't know what I paid for it. Not very much. It was big. I've had like many pieces from it, and you don't pay very much for them. Like, you know, sometimes you do. You pay a lot for them, but I'm not saying go and do that. If you find a good bargain, you buy it. If you don't find a bargain, you don't buy it. Well, you can if you want to. It's your choice, but I don't, because I'm not swimming it. Okay. I probably need to go into my boxes and find a round. I think I am going to like this. It's just as, where do I want to put it? I think I did want to put a little bit of lace though. So let's just, well, we'll try that one, but I wasn't convinced about that one. Although I might like it more. I might like some ticking under there, because I do love the navy ticking with the pinks and the yellows like that. But I'm thinking a little piece of this. I don't know which way. I think that's the back. It feels like the back. Just to have a little, oh yeah, I do, see now I like that. So I'm going to cut a piece off. This is my bodgy cutting. This is what I do. Just randomly cut. I don't care if it's the back. I mean, it's very similar on the front. So, well, I think it's the back, but I'm not sure. I could have that, like that, the edging there, and then because the flower's going to cover. Oh yeah, I do like that. Did I need it a bit taller? But I haven't finished yet because I have some ticking here, don't I? Let's just play around with a piece. I'm thinking I might like that. Yeah, I do. And then, do you know what's popping into my mind is hello, one of these. We haven't had these out to play for a while. And I'll just do a random one because, I have these and I love the font. I used one, it was actually a long time ago, probably haven't used it for 2 years. Someone said to me, oh, those are initials for mm-mm. And I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. And then you know what? Every time I see it, I think I can't use it because they said that to me. And so now I think it's someone might think it's rude, but it's not. It's someone's initials. It's actually really pretty script too. I will eventually use them, but I sort of put the handbrakes on. I'll put this one on. I love that. That is it on that one. I think I'll add one of these to these ones as well. Oh, isn't that going to be gorgeous? Oh, I'm really happy. Really happy. Because sometimes the covers are a struggle. They are. But I love putting textiles, as you know. I love putting the textiles on the covers. And especially, not everyone is an embroiderer, of course. So having vintage embroideries is also good for that, because you can add that touch of hand embroidery on without having to do it yourself. You might not be an embroiderer. And besides the fact that if you're making things for sale, if I were to sit, that would take hours to do the hand applique and then the embroidery. So it does mean that you can give that look at a more affordable price too. And that's just going to go, and that's just all that's going to be there. I may put a label on there maybe, but that's all that's going to go on that cover. And so yeah, all I have to do is stitch them, and then I'll glue them on, and the exteriors of these covers are ready to go. So I think in my next video I will finish off the inside, and we'll start choosing our papers to put in, and then we can get cracking with the fun part of there you go, there's one. I'll put one of I have to decide where I want to put it. We can get cracking with the fun part of making all the ephemera and pockets to go in as well. So I'm super excited. Medieval Mirage Mondays, and that doesn't mean like I might not feel like working on it and just turn on the camera during the week. It might not just be limited to Monday, but we are also doing the document journal, so I do need to continue on with that as well. So basically this will be on Mondays, but it could happen that I do an extra video in a week working on it. On them, I should say. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.